anyways, he wanted me to do a reality show, and I said, well, my idea of a reality show was different from what they decided at the end. I said, take away all my money, take away all my credit cards, take away my car, and give me $500 and drop me off in any city of the United States, and regardless of the economy or regardless of how bad it is, and just drop me off, and within 90 days I'd have a new Mercedes, and I would have a new $1 million house. And so everybody thought that was good. I was dealing with Sharon Stone, Madonna, I was dealing with DiCaprio, I was dealing with everybody. And all these people are coming in, they want to do an Ed Mercer movie and everything. Then they started doing their due diligence and checking me out. They said, oh, it would be the shortest reality show in the world because there's only going to be one person. And I'm going to have another $1 million house and another new Mercedes. So they asked me if I could put together 100 new millionaires. I've already put together 50 millionaires in the past in other businesses. I was inducted into the Environmental Hall of Fame. And now they say I've been in the Guinness Book of World Records for having the most millionaires. And so I didn't know what to do, you know, with the economy the way it is and everything. I thought it would be an impossibility to make 100 new people millionaires. So what had happened is that I traveled across Canada, the United States, and Europe trying to find a product, trying to find a vehicle to make that happen. And after 8 months and 64 companies, I run across a company called Organo Gold. And when I went to Vegas, I speak in Vegas every year. Once you check me out, and I've been on stage with Bill Clinton, Donald Trump, Al Gore, you know, every speaker in the world. And I've been on that stage at MGM Grand several times, and it's a huge stage, it's huge. And they said, how many people in the company making over 100,000 a year? The whole stage filled up to capacity. People are just standing even in the stairwells. They said, how many people making $250,000 a year? The whole stage filled up again. How many people making $500,000? Of course, the stage wasn't full, but there's a lot of people. But people making, how many people making $1 to $2 million? There was 12 people. 2 to 4 million, 6 people. Over 4 million a year, there was 3 people. And when I went on the stage, everybody said, hey, Mercer, what the heck are you doing here, right? Because they knew all the people. Because 4 years ago, when the company first started, well, the one guy was on the stage. Holton's income last month was $920,000 for 1 month.
So you got on, like, how long after Organo Gold was in business?
Pardon me?
How long to Organo Gold was in business that you got involved?
I've only been involved for 6 months now.
So just recently then, right?
Yeah. But, so basically, what happened, one guy was making $920 for the 1 month, one guy got $840, the other guy was over $500,000 for the month, not for the year, for the month. And so I wanted to make sure before I got involved that I made, you know, everything I touch, you know, everybody's saying everything I touch turns to gold. The only reason it does is because I go through everything to make sure that everything is in place first before I take it on. And so I was the highest paid multi-level marketer in the world. No one's ever made more money in the world than me in multi-level marketing. And 50 people become millionaires in the industry through me. And so when I went to the meeting, and I said, you know, it's okay that all you guys are making money, but I want to figure out the whole thing, you know, why. So I started dealing with all the people there, and people making $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. Some people making $8,000, $9,000, $10,000 a month. And the people that were in there, I talked to secretaries, I talked to people who worked in factories, I talked to people that were, you know, doing whatever, but they were making big money like that. And I thought, oh my God, this is great. And so what happened is I started talking to people that were in their own business, people that was in their, you know, the rug cleaning business or the carpenter business or their own plumbing business or construction business. And it was like an echo. Everybody told me the same story. He said, you know, with the price of gasoline, with the price of utilities, you know, with the water and electricity and the rent or mortgage, and every time you hired somebody and trained them, they were your worst competition, right? Because they would have to start doing it on their own. And so they said, since we got involved with Organo Gold, most people, which is very important to me, said, well, this is the first time we've been able to, my son plays soccer or my son plays football or whatever, that we can actually go to the games now. We can actually have dinner with the family in the evening. We can actually plan weekends together. And you know, before we didn't own the company owned us, right? And so it gives them a new edge in life. It changed their life overnight. And so then I wanted to look at all the multi-level marketing companies in the world, and there's 1,200 multi-level marketing companies. And out of the 1,200, all of them have the same thing in common. Is number one, 2.2% of the people will physically buy, use, and consume your product consistently on a daily basis. Only 2.2%. Truthfully, I look at all the 1,200. I don't know how they get 2.2. I can't even think of 1% of all the multi-level companies in the world where people buy, use, and consume the products 365 days a year. I don't know of any. But anyways, we'll use their figures. And so when I got sponsored in the business, I wanted to get sponsored under my pastor in the church. And so he didn't know anything about multi-level marketing, but I wanted to donate money to the church. So I got him to sponsor me, right? So he's, it's sort of me sponsoring him. And so when I went to the congregation, I said, how many people drink coffee, tea, or hot chocolate? 96% versus 2.2, right? And they consume it 1 to 3 times a day on top of that. And so I didn't say it was a healthy product. I would have got the other 4% too. And then I started looking at all the multi-level marketing companies, all 1,200 in the world. They have all these lotions and potions and, products are supposed to do this, guaranteed not to wear, tear, grow hair, slide in the winter, all this stuff, all these claims and stuff. Then I started looking at all 1,200 companies. Coffee outsells all 1,200 combined in the whole world. There's only one product that sells coffee, and that's water, and you need water to make coffee, right? Then I started looking at commodities. The number one commodity in the world is oil. Coffee is number 2 in the whole world. And so what they did, I see him in the mirror every morning when I shave. And so the reason for it, they took this mushroom. It's called Ganoderma. What happens with Ganoderma? If you look it up, there's 3 million pages. There's 3 million pages written about this, and what it is it's called the king of herbs. I mean, the reason it's called the king of herbs because it was only available to kings and royalty for 4,000 years, right? Because of the healing powers, they worked with people to increase their IQs. So it's used by intellectuals. It was used for people with Alzheimer's. It was used for people with cancer. It balances the pH in your body. It's an antioxidant, it does. And so people that have any problems in the world, this here will take care of all of them. And people will tell you, even some people after 1 or 2 or 3 days, they start noticing a difference in their health. So when they mentioned coffee and health all in the same sentence, it was to me like an oxymoron, like jumbo shrimp, right? Because I never drank coffee, still don't, I never thought coffee was healthy for you. And my family didn't drink coffee either because we didn't think it was healthy. So now all of a sudden we've got the only healthy coffee in the entire world. So you can imagine if you had the only salt shaker, the only pepper shaker, the only tables in the world. We have the only licensed Ganoderma product in the entire world. So we have exclusive on that. So here's people, no wonder people make so much money, right? People can physically drink coffee now and be healthy at the same time. And what the company does is, I got a whole bunch of people here at $10,000, $12,000 a month in a few weeks. And the company at that time, what they do is they take 3% of all the money in the world that they take in and they divide it among the top people, right? So not only do you make 10, 12, 15,000 a month, right away, you get a percentage of all the money that comes into the company. Then once you become a diamond, which I know every one of you guys can be a diamond in this company, at the end of August I'm doing a convention in Louisiana, and I would suggest that you start making plans to go to Louisiana in August at the first week of September. First week of September, all you guys will be diamonds. At that level, your income is $20,000 to $25,000 a month. They give you a diamond ring, a graduation ring, and they give you the keys to a brand new Mercedes of your choice. Right? And I have 2 people here already this month will be qualified. I mean, that's how quickly it's moving like crazy. And so what I tell people, that we have a level called the Gold Pack. I tell people to sign up with the Gold Pack, because the Gold Pack is the one that will move you forward to the level you should be at. And also, you need to sponsor 2 people immediately. Like if you could sponsor 2 people tonight, that's even better, right? Because what happens is, Sokol's a very good example. He's sponsored, I think, 7 people. And I think he's got 150 people in his group. So what happens is, I'm on conference calls 4 times a day. I get like 100 people, 200 people on the calls. And what happens, I get people like you guys put people on those calls to listen to my calls. And a lot of people get signed up through the calls, or 85% of the people that Google me to get signed up too. I have to place those people somewhere in the organization. So like I said, I have people that's only about 4 or 5 people in, they're getting paid for 400 or 500 people. So I have to place those people within the organization. So it's not how you get involved, it's when you get involved, right? So a guy says, I don't know how to spell procrastination, but I'll look it up tomorrow, right? So so that's what happens. It's basically, it's something you can think about, or something you can do right away. And people always ask why I make millions. I make millions of dollars, and people make millions of excuses, right? Yeah, that's the truth. Yeah, it's like people they say they're too light for heavy work and too heavy for light work, right? They just don't do it. They sit back and they think the government owes them money, or their parents owe them money. Saying your parents don't owe you a thing, neither does the government. God gave you breath, God gave you life. It's up to you what you do with it. And for me, it's like like I said, I lived in a condemned house with no running water, no electricity. I was a street person. I have grade 8 education. So it has nothing to do with any of those things. I think the most killing diseases, we talk about heart disease, we talk about cancer. I think the killing disease is called hardening of the attitudes. I call it stinking thinking, so we need a checkup from the neck up, right? Because that's what it is. People pay the blame card, I'm from the wrong country, I'm from the wrong, the wrong side of the tracks, I never play the blame card, right? For me, there's people talk about the recession. I don't participate. I don't participate in the recession. For me, there's no recession. The recession is here. That's what the recession is, right? So for me, it's like here I am in this business. In 30 years I've been in the industry. This is by far the easiest thing I've ever done in my entire life. I mean, selling coffee. Healthy coffee, the only one in the world. Can you imagine if you're selling anything, doesn't matter, you're advertising. Can you imagine if you're the only advertising company in the world? Or the only person promoting fights in the world? Right? Even Don King don't have that privilege. Yeah? I mean, it's amazing when you think about the opportunity that we have. And so what I do is once you become a diamond level, and $20,000 to $25,000 a month, I take it to another level, to get you to be a millionaire. And I'll be in the Guinness Book of World Records with my 100 new people. And then I do my reality show, which is a 2-year show. And then you guys will be in the reality show if you want to be in the reality show too. Right? So I've got a good face for radio. But I've been on a few shows here since I came here, and I'm a lot. I go on in Virginia. I've been 8 or 9 different shows, talk shows, TV shows, and all of this stuff that you guys can use. You can use this. You can put it on YouTube and stuff like that. And when you say, "Oh, I want you to Google Ed Mercer," all you do is just go on there and Google me, and So I give you guys all of the tools to work with. Just use me for whatever's worth. Okay? I'm the only life coach, and there's only one millionaire trainer in the whole industry, and that's me. So you guys just use me to death. Right? Just keep using me every day. Right? So, and that's how people build their business, just by using me. Right? And then when people get excited, we can do 3-way calls, we can do all kinds of stuff. Get changed for $1 million?
Here, I'll be right back.
Sit in the trunk of the car. Yeah. I wrote a check so big one time the bank bounced. But anyways, no, that's it. I mean, again, there's no hoopla, there's no jumping up and down. It's easy as simple as coffee, and there's no The one thing, like I mentioned about multi-level marketing companies, the one thing that you have to do in every company, all 1,200, you have to do exactly the same thing. They have training tapes, they have training courses, training calls, training weekends, maybe training wheels too, I don't know. But everything is training. I don't have to train anybody to drink coffee, right? So that's why it's so simple. I mean, a 12-year-old kid could do this with blindfolded if he or she wanted to go out and do it. Right? There's no excuse why somebody couldn't do this and do it well.